One of the most fundamental things about defensive football is stopping the other team from running the ball. Like, you literally learn it in Pee Wee football. Hey, little Johnny, don't let Rodney's IGA run the ball all over us today. How about that? Like, if you can stop the other team from running the ball, they get behind on the sticks, they get second and third and long, and then they can't chew up the clock and they can't control field position. It's all good. And there's just something so demoralizing about being pushed backwards toward your own end zone, just getting your ass kicked play after play after play. You don't want that. And with the Vikings boasting Michael Pierce, Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson, Eric Kendricks, Danielle Hunter, you would think that this would be a rock-solid defense against the run. But the Vikings allowed the Browns to dash for a $184 on the ground. And Mike Zimmer had some post-game press conference comments that completely boggle the mind. Just wow. And these are transcribed by our boy Will Ragatz of Sports Illustrated. When asked about his precious defense's performance, Zimmer said this, quote, "Yeah, number one, I think each game is going to be a little bit different. Did we get pushed around today? Probably, but I'm telling you now, they know how to run the football, and those two backs run hard. I'm not discouraged one bit about the lack of stopping the run." Wow. So, yes, the Browns are super talented up front, but I am not discouraged one bit about the lack of stopping the run. Presumably, the thing you worked on all week to sell out to try and stop and try and make Baker Mayfield beat you, which, as he showed, he certainly cannot. Wow. At the end of the day, they scored one touchdown against us. I still believe offensively we can look like we did a week ago and 2 weeks ago as well. Like I told the team, I've been doing this 27 years. I know good teams and I know bad teams. I know this team has a chance to be pretty darn good. We may not look like it right now because we're 1-3, but even like Kevin said to me before the game, you got a really good football team here, and they do too. They were just a little better than us today. Well, if your former assistant, the former guy who probably got you coffee, if he says that you have a good football team, great. And Bob's your uncle. And yeah, they only scored one touchdown against you because they have Baker Mayfield at quarterback. It's not because they didn't run the ball effectively against your defense, man. But I'm not discouraged one bit about the lack of stopping the run. Don't care. That's unbelievable, man. Because think about all the reasons why you should stop the run, and think about all the reasons why you want your offense to run the ball. Control the clock. Keep your defense rested. Bang up the other defense to blunt their pass rush later in the game. Keep play action credible. Doesn't all that matter? Especially with an offense coordinator that you know, like Kevin Stefanski. He grew up in your system, wanting to run the ball, do play action, protect your quarterback from themselves, right? But none of that matters for your defense. Wow. And you can say, well, hey, you're taking it out of context. We just read you the whole context. It's exactly what he said. And the Vikings, so far this season, are allowing a whopping 4.8 yards per carry on the ground, which was 27th in the league heading into the game. It's probably going to be more now. They're on pace to allow 2,303 yards on the ground, eclipsing the horrible 2020 Vikings defense that gave out 2151. That's a higher per game average when you count in the 17-game season. And you would think, like we said, with this personnel, you could stop someone from jamming it down your throat. Is it scheme? Is it gap discipline responsibility? Is it playing too much nickel? And maybe Zimmer's flippant about it because if he said that it was a problem, the blame would be on him. It is his defense first and foremost. Or, 100%, he's going to demote Patterson and Little Zim and then I got to be more hands-on with the defense. It's coming. You just wait. It is coming. But all of the resources that went into this team of signing Michael Pierce 2 off seasons ago, signing Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson, bringing back Stephen Weatherly, all of that going into stopping the run, and you can't do it. Wow. And Zimmer's defense is not the 2000 Ravens or the 2002 Bucks or the Steel Curtain. It never was. It's not, they will not gain one more yard. It's not that. It's more of a, hey, all right, we'll be soft in between the 20s, but if you get into field goal range or on third down, we will stop you. And that's fine. That is a perfectly fine defense in the modern NFL if you have an offense that works hand in glove with it. But on days when your offense has an off day, just like yesterday, it's not enough. It isn't. And you saw, he was correct. They only scored one offensive touchdown on his defense, but it was way more than enough, man, right? And especially when your team screws up, you call a timeout when you don't have any, you get a delay. Who gets a delay of game on an extra point? How does that happen? Yeah. And one of the reasons why the Vikings offense, by the way, was meh was because of poor field position all day. You know why? Because the Browns ran the ball. They ran the ball. They put together a couple drives. Yes, they ultimately ended up punting, but they were able to flip the field because of Chubb and because of Kareem Hunt and because of Demetric Felton. And by the way, if I'm the Wilfs and I see this super talented team and a head coach who says that he does not care if his precious defense cannot stop the run, and just now started meeting with his quarterback of 4 years to hang out and watch film, and whose end of half decisions constantly put you at a competitive disadvantage, I don't know, man. I don't know, because this gets brought up ad nauseum about the Vikings. They're a talented team. They're a talented team. They're a talented team. So what is the X factor? Like, what is the limiting piece that is keeping the Vikings away from consistently showing up and consistently getting wins against tough opponents? Could it be Zimmer? It might be. Actually, it probably is. But I don't know. Like, maybe this is just a situation of cover your ass. But I don't believe for 1 second that he honestly does not think that stopping the run isn't a priority. Or he doesn't care because the Browns have 2 good running backs. Isn't that the focal point of this game? Like, it wasn't that the thing that you worked on all week to be like, hey, Chubb and Kamara are going to be stopped. But if they can't, oh well. But still a little bit bitter. Now, I generally have a 24-hour rule about being bitter after a loss. It's less than 24 hours, so I can still be bitter. But what are your thoughts on our thoughts, Zimmer? Stopping the run? Don't care. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, pull something on Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.